Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important environment and governance topics for UPSC Prelims, that is Forest Right Act. Forest Right Act. This act connects tribal rights, environmental governance, constitutional justice, and frequently asked UPSC questions. So stay till the end because I will give you clear conceptual clarity plus prelims trapped. This act, officially known as Scheduled Tribe, the scheduled tribes and other traditional forest dwellers recognition of forest rights act 2006, that is the official name of this act. So first of all, we should know about why was the forest right act needed. What is the reason behind this act? Let me start with a simple question. For decades, who lived inside forests in India? Inside forest. Who lived inside forests in India? The answer is tribal communities and other traditional forest dwellers. But under colonial forest laws, like the Indian Forest Act 1927, forest rights were treated as state property. Before India's independence, Britishers treated tribals very inhuman manner. As a result, tribal were evicted. Lots of tribal were evicted from forest. Their traditional rights were not recognized. Tribals have their own culture and own religious rituals. These traditional rights were not recognized by British government. They were treated as encroachers on their own land. That is very important to you. How to deal with tribals. After independence, Jawaharlal Nehru gave them autonomy for their rights. To correct this historical injustice, Parliament enacted Forest Right Act 2006. Objective Objective of the act. Objective of the act. The main objective is to recognize and vest forest rights in. Very important objective of this act. Recognize scheduled tribes, first priority, and other traditional forest dwellers who have been living from for decades. So correct historical injustice. Who gets rights under the act? Very important. Prelims favorite question. Who will get rights under this act? The two main categories. First, scheduled tribes living in forest areas. Second, we other traditional forest dwellers. But here is the UPSC catch. You should know about this UPSC catch. ST must be primarily residing in the forest. Scheduled tribes must be primarily residing in the forest. If they don't resides in the forest, then this right will be eliminated or discarded. Other traditional forest dwellers must prove residence for 3 generations. 3 generation residency, approx 75 years continuous living before 2005. Understand this 75-year requirement is very important for prelims. First important thing, ST must be primarily residing in the forest. Other traditional forest dweller must prove residence for 3 generations, approx 75 years before 2005. Understand? So this is very important. How and who will get rights under this act? Scheduled tribes and other traditional forest dwellers. One of the important line of this topic, you don't forget that ST must be primarily residing in the forest. Other traditional forest dwellers must prove residence for 3 generations. Understand? Now we will discuss types of rights recognized. The act recognizes 3 major category of the rights. First category, individual forest right. Individual forest rights. Very important. Right to cultivate forest land, land up to 4 hectare for livelihood, not commercial. Very important. Individual forest right. They will get right to cultivate forest land. They can cultivate only. There is no option related to sale of this property. Another important point, live up to land up to 4 hectare. The individual forest right or individual person will get only 4 hectare land. Understand, 4 hectares. First of all, you know about 1 hectare is approx how much acre. So you can understand easily. Second important thing is land up to 4 hectares. First important right to cultivate forest land. You don't sell land up to 4 hectares. You can't get over 4 hectare, just up to 4 hectare. Third important point, for livelihood, not commercial sale. Individual person, individual person cannot sell this land. Understand? Another point is related to community forest rights. Community forest right. Community means number of tribal groups. Rights to over common forest resources. Rights over common forest resources. Rights over common forest resources. Grazing, minor forest produce, water bodies, fishing, that is community rights. Community forest resources, they can cultivate this area and they can use for their livelihood or for grazing purposes. Understand? Another third point is related to community forest resources rights. Very important. Right to protect, regenerate, and conserve forest resources. Right to protect, regenerate, and conserve forest resources. Very important. Gram Sabha play a key role. Now, Gram Sabha is in picture. Gram Sabha plays a very important role. So, Gram Sabha, the role of Gram Sabha. We will now discuss the role of Gram Sabha. Very important. Very important. The Gram Sabha is the authority to initiate the process. This act don't provide any rights to bureaucrats, but provide the right to Gram Sabha. Very important. Gram Sabha is the authority to initiate process, verify claim, initiate process, verify claim, recommend forest rights. So anyone, let's assume Mukesh need a forest right or forest right act. So Mukesh should be go to Gram Sabha, and Gram Sabha provide initiation, and then after that Gram Sabha verify claim. Mukesh says that I need 4 hectare land because I am a traditional forest dwellers. I am a STs communities. So traditional forest dealers. So Gram Sabha recommend forest right. After that, this process done by forest bureaucracy. So Gram Sabha is very important. Forest bureaucracy does not decide first. Gram Sabha decide first. Very important. Please learn this. If you have any confusion, then ask me in comment box. Minor forest produce. Now discuss what is minor forest produce. Some student confuses with this. What is minor forest produce? Tribal use bamboo for livelihood. They will sell in the market. तेंदू लीव्स बीड़ी बनाने में यूज होता है तेंदू लीव्स हनी फॉरेस्ट हनी और medicinal plants. So this is very important. What is forest? What is minor forest produce? Sometimes students can't understand what is minor forest produce. Minor forest produce says are bamboo, tendu leaves, honey, medical plants. Very frequently asked question. Relationship with the conservation law. Now discuss what is the relationship between Forest Right Act and conservation laws. Very important. Some people think, does this act destroys forest? The answer is no. The act balances tribal rights and environmental protection because tribal historically protect forest with the help of water bodies with some regulation means to say rituals. They will promote community led forest conservation. So here is some important prelims trap. You should understand this. First important, the act gives ownership of forest land to corporator. Wrong. No ownership is given to the forest land to the corporator. Another important point, the act allows sale of forest land. This act does not allow any type of sale to the forest land. That is wrong. Another point, forest department alone decide claim. Wrong. Gram Sabha play a primary role, right, are for livelihood, not commercial exploitation. So important fact is enacted in 2006, implemented in 2008, and applied to schedule area, other forest areas, 75-year rule for other traditional forest dwellers, land limit for active. Memorize these points. One point, enacted in 2006, but implemented from 2008. So this is very important point. Prelim gives this statement. Understand, applies to scheduled area and other forest area, 75-year rule for other traditional forest dweller, land limit 4 hectare. Memorize this point. Now let's move on. Why this act is important for India? First, protect tribal livelihood, strengthen decentralization governance, reduces conflict between state and forest dwellers, promotes sustainable development. This act is often linked with PESA Act, Biodiversity Conservation Act, and another is very important, sustainable forest management. So if you like this video, please comment and share with your friend, and always focus on conceptual clarity. You can get notes from my telegram channel. If you have any problem, then you can ask me on comment box. Thank you very much. Revision is the key of success. जितनी ज्यादा रिवीजन उतनी करीब सक्सेस, रिस्क कम होता चला जाएगा.